New Year. Welcome to 2021. I'm Rachel Papworth from Green and Tidy, the online professional organizer, liberating you from the shackles of clutter and chaos for peace of mind and productivity. Because when your home works, your life works. And yes, it's 2021. How do we feel about that? I think it's fair to say that 2021 is starting off quite tough. We're about to go into our third national lockdown in the UK. In England. So yeah, it's not an easy start to the year, and I wonder how you're feeling right now. So that's the first thing I want to ask you to do is to comment below to let me know how you're starting the new year. You might be starting it really energized and happy, or you might be finding it a little bit tough. So just share with me below in the comments how you're feeling. And I thought what I'd talk about today is about how to set some goals to get you energized and give you something to get up for in the mornings. You know, you might be, if you're, as we go into this lockdown again in England, you might be off work again, you might be crazy busy with work. I don't know what kind of state your life's in, but I find setting myself some goals really helpful. And what I wanted to talk about was how we can set goals in both a micro and a macro way, or big goals and little goals. I don't know what the best term for it is. I'm going to start with little goals. So I'm going to talk about decluttering and organizing really tiny spaces. But one of the bazillions of things that I love about decluttering and organizing is how it helps you to overcome a sense of overwhelm and life being out of control and struggling. You know, so sometimes when I'm feeling like that, just feeling really overwhelmed, I declutter and organize a tiny little space. And I really recommend this. So it really it has to be manageable. It does not work if you take on decluttering and organizing too big a space and you can't cope with it or you can't get down the time. It only works if it's successful. So you need to choose a really manageable space. It might just be one carrier bag of stuff or one tiny little drawer, not a big drawer, just a tiny drawer, or the surface beside your bed, the bedside table surface, or a little section of your kitchen work surface. It's got to be a really small amount. And then you declutter and organize it completely. So when you finish, there's not a single item that you're left feeling uncertain about. And that might require you to decide to be certain about something that you're uncertain about. So you might finish with some things that you're like, oh, I don't really know whether to keep these or not. Decide to keep them. So that when you finish the session, it's like, I am keeping them, and find a home for them, find a permanent home for them, decide where they need to live. So take action, take all the actions that arise from those things that you're going through, whether that's throwing something away or recycling it or taking it to the charity shop or making a phone call or fixing something, whatever it is, take the action or at least schedule the action, find homes for every single thing that you're keeping, get rid of whatever you're getting rid of, even if it's a really tiny little space, because it gives you back that sense of being in control of your life. And because the actions that you take will undoubtedly be something that you've been procrastinating over. So getting that done is going to feel good too. So that's your tiny little goals. And then what about the bigger goals? Well, the reason I say this is because it's helpful to have something like not doesn't have to be really challenging, but something that you're taking on to get you out of bed in the morning and to be working towards. You know, this year it's a bit difficult to make kind of holiday plans or plans to go to festivals in the summer or even to meet up with people who don't live very locally. So create goals and plans for yourself that you can have control over, things that happen within your own home. So as a really obvious one for myself, one of my goals, one of my plans is to complete my next video course, which is all about clever storage hacks for all the different places in your home. And I also have a goal to get my music theory grade 5 exam, because that's going to enable me to progress on to doing higher level practical singing exams. I do singing exams. I do singing, in case you didn't know that already. But I have to get my music theory grade 5 in order to progress with that. So that's another goal that I'm working on this year. So set yourself a couple of bigger, not crazy big, like you might not achieve them, but like, you know, things to work towards this year. And also do some tiny little things that you can do right now to make yourself feel better. So comment below, let me know how you're feeling, how you're going into 2021. Let me know if you take that on, doing any of the little tiny bits of decluttering and organizing, and if so, how that feels and what you achieve. And let me know if you're taking on setting yourself any bigger projects, any bigger goals, or if you already have, and what they are. And I look forward to reading those. I could reply to all comments. Give me a like while you're there, and I'll see you in the next YouTube Live. Bye for now.